How's it going, everybody? It's MetFan82 here with Swedonian Gaming, doing an indie game review on Beholder 2 today. So anybody who doesn't know what the game is overall about, it's set in an old-time communist country where odd laws are kind of passed daily, and all residents have to report to these weird ministries. All these weird ministries have control over everything and have all power. You play as Evan Redgrave, son of the main protagonist in the first game. As Evan, your father died just before you start your first position working in the ministries. Kind of suspicious. And now you're all alone. Your family is somewhere else waiting for you to get your apartment ready. Now you're all by yourself working in the ministry. Now you have to spy and get allies and work your way up this corporate ladder to find out what happened to your father. All the meanwhile paying bills and managing your family relationship and your relationships with other people. The game is basically based around general espionage and basically earning trust and then turning on people, which is always introduced very early in the game. In fact, the place you work even encourages it. There's a program to enroll in that is supposed to be competitive for all employees, basically there to rip each other off and get you fired. Awesome workplace environments. So anyway, so that's the general environment and feel of the game. Kind of dark and gloomy. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the review here, though. Replayability, I would go ahead and give this game a 4. Just because not a game I would go back and play after I finish it. It's just too wordy for me to come back and play it. I know there's probably some people out there that enjoy that. I'm in between. I do enjoy it in some games, like the Fallout series or even the Skyrim series or any of those, where I guess the dialogue is less drug out. It's pretty drug out in this game. That's why I'm giving it the rating of 4. Graphics, I would say, is also a 4. It is a step up from the last game, but they didn't even have to do it. I would have been happy with a 2D sprite base game. I get they want to push it a little bit, but I don't think it was really necessary. Mechanics, I would give this game a 6, just because a lot of dialogue, workarounds. I mean, you can steal things, but it's not real prominent. You can get caught for that, for stealing things, and then you have to pay a fine and stuff. So that was pretty cool. You can kind of break into people's cubicles and either steal items or do things on their computer, send out mass emails. That way it looks like they did it and they get in trouble for it, things like that, which is also cool, a cool mechanic. Next thing would be enjoyability. I'm going to give this game a 3. That's just because of how wordy and how slow it feels. You don't always know what you're doing all the time, which is sometimes a good thing, but in this game I didn't really care for that. Yeah, overall enjoyability is a 3. It is what it is, and that's also being compared to the last game. The last game I did enjoy a hell of a lot. Which brings me to the sequel comparison. The sequel comparison, I'm going to give this game a 2, because it doesn't really, the only thing resembling to the last game is the art style and espionage. And the espionage was actually a lot better in the last game, when you were just working as a landlord rather than a corporate drone. So that's just kind of how I feel on that. Detail, I'm going to go ahead and give this game a 6, just because when you do steal things, you do go back to a security checkpoint, and they do fine you for it. You do get in trouble. There's a lot of consequence A lot of different options on how to solve your own problems. A lot of ways to kind of bribe and sneak your way through stuff. So that's pretty detailed in those senses. Humor, I'd say this game's a 4 or a 5, just because of the weird and wacky kind of way everybody's all hail the lore, all hail the leader. They're very... That's basically all anybody cares about in the game is the government, which is kind of funny. Next thing would be the general gameplay. General gameplay, like I said before, pretty freaking slow. I mean, you're literally talking to people all the time. These conversations that drag on, and we all know that's no fun. And some conversations can be a little entertaining because you learn something or from them or about the person. But I mean, there's a lot of conversations that don't give you anything, or they're just that they just don't give you anything out of it. They're very useless conversations, or I have to come back later and talk to them. Which you see that in a lot of games, but in a game all about dialogue, it's really overdone in this game. The inventory is limited but simple. Pick up, here you go, get your reward, as you know, usual. Just not a lot to it. Sometimes you can look at notes or stuff, but that's about as complicated as it really gets. The game can feel really dull when you're trying to pursue an objective. Especially when you're having to backtrack to find things or to talk to people, or when you're basically trying to save yourself time. That game can be very tedious in that sense. Key features of the game is going to be espionage, that kind of spying feeling, going behind people's backs, gaining trust, and then turning on them. Next thing would be, it's kind of a time management game. It gives you the little timer at the top that kind of takes away 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour for every action that you do, which isn't really time management. It's just kind of a secondary money management, but you know, whatever. There's 3 different management systems that are going on. Next thing brings me to, it's a multi-tier game, so when you get promotions, at least you can do different things, new jobs, you get more authority, which is that other management thing, which is authority. Basically your ability to influence people. Then there's the money management side, where you basically pay all your utilities for your house, because if you don't, there's a consequence to it. Or you buy TV shows, or you can trade with people, or trade with the courier. The TV shows, that's just insight, giving you opportunity to talk to different people about different subjects, basically. But mainly a big story game, big on dialogue and story, which can be fun. It can be fun. It's just, I think this game, it didn't execute it in quite the way it should have. Like I said, I feel like it would have been better as maybe a 2D game rather than the 3D game that they try to pull off. Personally, for me, I didn't really enjoy the game a whole lot. The first game, to me, that game was on par. I mean, and that game was even a mobile game first. If you haven't played the first game, basically you're a landlord, you ran apartments, you'd rent out an apartment, that person would pay you, you would install cameras in their house when they weren't there, and then catch them doing something illegal, have them arrested, and then rent out that apartment again. That's how you made money. You're basically running a racket, with this government ploy type of thing going on. Overall, I think this game is a 3 out of 10. I think it's even got a 2.5 star rating, just on PlayStation, which most people don't even rate games on here. So, but there is that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been an indie review with MetFan82. Always going for honest reviews here. So if you didn't buy this game because of what I said, or did buy this game or because of what I said, please leave a like and subscribe, because that's what matters if you made good purchasing decisions. That's what it's all about. Anyway, you guys have a good one. I'm out of here. See you in the next one. Enjoy.
Termeteoinsa minulle kona. Kärme maadessa kiinni vaan, äidiö. Ole tuossa paljon. Aku pausu mulle kampo. Ennen viittamaan tekijän huole. Agella puhuasun tupaa. Ne får honom ikke ned halen så. Bakkuno. Akhirnya mesinnya for dem. Ante pinalaukan toba. Termeteoinsa minulle kona. Eikä kasvoi harutomaa. Ainakin tekee jälmässä. Eikä vaatsa, ei mitään lapsora. Mesa? Eh, vas a marcar y quitar no va. Ah, pensou que eu me falou. Que eu queria te jogar, que quer que vá para fora, e fico só. E não fiz nada que quero, olha. Pode, ninguém guarda.